I'm going to join in on the Fast Jimmy Tribute and show the kid that I've decided to build for Jimmy. When I first joined YouTube and found, I guess what you would call the model car builders on there, I was on there for a good while before I ever posted anything. I didn't feel up to snuff, to be posting some of the work that these guys were doing, and Fast Jimmy was obviously one of them. And they had kind of created a club, on YouTube. Hey, let's, we instead of having just these few lone modelers here and there scattered, let's kind of create us a little club and everything. And it sounded like a good idea at the time and all that. And that went on for a little while, and then finally it was Jimmy. I remember very clearly it was Jimmy who said, you know what, we don't need to have this club out here on YouTube like this, because I'm afraid that maybe some people will not post, feeling that their build level is not up to, he says, he was the one that came out on video and expressed the idea that we don't need to have any exclusive groups within this community. We need to open it up and just the whole community, and maybe more people will come and all this and that, and he was absolutely right. It was his vision, and it still today is kind of what he expressed back then, and so they kind of disbanded the model car familia and all that, and sure enough, the floodgates opened, and shortly after that I posted my first video. It was truly Jimmy who made it all kind of seem like, hey, we're all, we don't have to be, it doesn't matter what level you are, you're welcome to post, show your stuff. Jimmy was always big about that, and he truly, he was the first, he was the original kind of spokesman, for sure, and people listened to him and looked up to him at that time, and still do, obviously. But Jimmy truly does deserve a lot of credit for that kind of vision, I guess you would say, early on. We don't need to have exclusive groups within this community sprouting up and all that. It needs to be open to everybody, and it doesn't matter what level builder you are. You need to feel welcomed, and you're part of this community, and you get just as much credit as anybody else around here for posting, And literally, the floodgates opened after that. It grew by leaps and bounds. Like I said, I myself shortly thereafter I posted my first videos and tons of others, and it became and grew, So Jimmy truly does deserve a tribute. It wasn't just the fact that Jimmy was one of the originals, and he's just the only one of the few left. It was the fact that he was the spokesman, kind of back then even. And everybody looked up to him, and he had the vision, and he had the right vision, because to this day it's still what he had envisioned. It's just grown by leaps and bounds. So he definitely deserves a tribute, and I owe him a great debt, because it was basically because of Jimmy that I posted a video to begin with. It felt like, hey, I can post on here and not be feel outside of a group or something, or that I'm not up to snuff. He made it very clear. Everybody, let's post, bring people, come on. Don't be afraid to post videos and let's create a community, this big community. So I'm going to build my kit. I'm going to build the Street Fighter. When I see this kit, for some reason, it makes me think of Jimmy. And this is a very basic kit. So there's lots of room for scratch building, because I think that's kind of one of Jimmy's things, scratch building stuff, There's tons of room in this kit for scratch building, because there's hardly anything in it. Like 2 bucket seats and a steering wheel. But now I have looked through the kit. I've snipped some parts off. I can see in here where I glued the engine halves together, and I think it looks like I primed a few things, and then just kind of put the kit away. So it's essentially unbuilt. It's starting from scratch. So I'm really pushing on what I'm working on now on the bench to push it through, so I can get ready to build this for Jimmy for the tribute. And that's it. I'll talk to y'all later. Thank you, Jimmy.